Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Shahzeb Rafakat and I am a student of Mechatronics Engineering. In this video, I am going to explain how a computer works. Uh, as you know, computers are an important part of our daily life. We use them for different purposes like education, communications, and entertainment. In this video, I will explain the basic working principle of a computer and its main components. These components includes input devices, output devices, CPU, memory, and output and CPU. At the end, I will also explain the working cycle of a computer, how computer actually works. As we know, computer is an electronic machine that accepts data like input and then process it and produce output. This process is known as the IPO cycle, which means for input, process, and output. First, the computer receives data through input devices, and then CPU process this data with the help of memory. Finally, the result is shown through output devices. This cycle happens continuously while the computer is running. Every task we perform on a computer follows the same way working cycle. Whether we type a document, watch a video, or calculate numbers, the IPO cycle is always involved. Input devices are used to enter data and instructions into the computer. Without input devices, a computer cannot perform any task. The most common input devices is the keyboard, which is used to type letters, numbers, and symbols. The mouse is used to move the pointer, uh, click, and select options on the screen. And a scanner converts paper documents into a digital form. A microphone also allows us to input voice or sound into the computer. When we press a key on the keyboard or click the mouse, the computer receives the action as input. This input is then sent to the CPU for processing. The CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It is known as the brain of the computer because it controls all the operations that are performed in the computer. The CPU has two main parts, control unit and arithmetic logic unit. The control unit controls the flow of data between input devices, memory, and output devices. It decides what operations should be performed and in which order. Arithmetic logic unit performs all the calculations and logic operations. This includes additions, subtractions, multiplications, divisions, and comparisons. The CPU also contains registers, which are very fast memory units. Registers temporarily stores data and instructions during processing. For example, if we type a mathematical calculations, the CPU processes it step by step and produces the result. Memory is used to store data and instructions. The CPU cannot work without memory. There are two types of memories, such as RAM and ROM. RAM is temporary memory. It stores data that is currently in use. When the computer is turned off, all data in RAM is lost. ROM. ROM is permanent memory. It contains instructions needed to start the computer and does not lose data when power is off. Output devices. These devices are used to display the result of processing. The monitor show text, images, and videos. And next, printer produce output on paper, and the speaker output sounds. Output devices helps users understand the result of their work on the computer. Slide shows the complete working cycle of a computer. As you can see, first data is entered through input devices, then the CPU processes the data using memory, and the finally output is produced. This cycle repeats continuously until the computer is turned off. This is how computer works, performs tasks quickly and efficiently. In conclusion, a computer works by following the input process output cycle. Input devices provide data, the CPU processes it, memory stores it, and output devices displays result. All components work together to make the computer useful. Thank you for watching this video on how a computer works.